Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. My name is Pascal Atoma, and to my right,
LD the Mola, House of Commons.
and to my left,
Suji, House of Commons.
Ike Onoha, House of Commons.
House of Commons.
Amen.
Bring it in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so. All right. Based on the questions we've been getting and the comments we've been getting, it's time for us to go the other route. Because we've discussed many things about the women. So today, our topic for today is the black man. Does the black man still have his value in the society? What is the value of the black man in our current society?
And is this America? Is this in the
The
world?
black man in the world, the black man in America, the black man in London, the black man in Africa, the black man in Australia, do we still return our value like our forefathers did?
Okay. Wow.
Who do we
Like
go with?
I think for me, this one is so deep. But to begin, when you think about the era that we live in, 2015, the backdrop of a Trayvon Martin, the backdrop of Michael Brown, Eric Garner. Then you think about the other things that are happening socially in our society. To me, and I'm gonna get into it more because I don't want to give you everything right now, but to me, I feel like not only are we being slowly removed and eliminated, and also not just marginalized, but eliminated as well. But I feel like the society is moving in a way that's making our presence irrelevant in society.
Wow.
So, and that what I just said is a little bit controversial, and I'll get into it later about why I think that's controversial and why it is controversial. But that's just my view on where things are going. Very soon, I feel that the black man is. I mean, I feel like it's a systemic thing that we all know since the beginning, that it was never supposed to be about us. It was never supposed to be for us. Not just the black man, the black woman as well. Anything that is not white, in my personal opinion, that in this country, that's my take.
Speaking in America.
In America.
Well, I guess we're talking about the black man in the world general.
Yes.
Well, I think you didn't fully go. You said it's not just marginal. I think the black man has been marginalized. That's what society or what in this society that we are in America, the system is really trying to marginalize the black man, paint the black man as evil, paint the black man as everything but good. I mean, the black man will do something. If it's positive, never gets credit. Nobody wants to talk about it. More than the white man, okay, or the Caucasian. Now, definitely, like you just touched on the case with Trayvon Martin and even the killings in the church recently. It was a black church and blah blah blah. Though that was not just a black man thing, but it's a spin-off of what, on a broader perspective of what has been going on. Now, do you know the black man is the most feared race in the world? The most, well, let's say in America. In America, is the most feared, or the one with the highest rate of negativity imposed on himself. Well, later on, I'm going to dive more into that, but I'm just this is just an intro to my thoughts about this. Okay, so I'll let you guys.
From my perspective, does the black man still have value in this world, or what is the value of the black man?
Society, yes.
I think if black men understood how much value they actually have, it'd be hard for anyone outside of the black race to tell them they're not valuable. The black man is still, no matter where you go in this world, the most influential being.
Of course.
I agree.
In the world.
I agree.
Right?
But we're talking about
Understood.
the way.
Understood.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Somebody told me something once. I don't know. I think it was one of you. The easiest way to train an elephant is to tell the elephant that the elephant is bigger than you. Right? The easiest way to train an elephant is to tell the elephant that as big as you are, as powerful as you are, I am more powerful than you, even though you can step on me and I'm done. Right? It's gonna sound very illiterate when I say there's still Michael Jackson is still one of the most influential people ever. Let's not act as if Jay-Z is not Jay-Z.
No.
No. Let me get my point. Let's not act like Kanye is not. Like when a black man does something, right, and they show it in a positive light, there is nothing bigger than it. When a black man does something, when a black man walks in a room, a black man has walked in the room.
Exactly.
No matter where you are.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the easiest way to tame that ability is to shine nothing but negative light on it.
I'm gonna interrupt you. When you say when a black man walks into a room, what does that mean?
Put it to you like this. You said something about being feared, right? When you go to the zoo, you see a pelican, you see a dog, you see whatever you see, right? And then you see a lion. There's a reason why you don't just, a lion sits and you give it respect. From my perspective, maybe it's because I don't know what it is, but I've noticed whenever the black guy says something, people pay attention. Whenever he does anything, and I think the reason why they advertise so much, because if you ask people what they actually enjoy, if you go to the Asians, if you go to the Americas, the Londons, look at Motown. Look at what black African Americans have done to the world. Let's be honest. Marketing of America was built on whose back?
Oh,
black men.
Don't worry, I'm coming.
Okay, now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just
I'm coming.
Okay,
took a little too much.
Let me. Does the black man still have value in society? Right? My answer is yes. But the whole world is trying to tame that value. They're trying to tame that value in the sense that they're trying to make sure that the value of the black man doesn't supersede whatever value they think they have. Now, I'll give you an example. This is a black woman. Let's just take an example with what just happened with Serena Williams. Serena winning the Wimbledon, they know that she's broken a lot of records. If you watch that game that day, the majority of the people in the crowd, they were all white, right? I'm not prejudiced. Most of my business partners, I work with white people. I don't discriminate. But seeing what happened with Serena shows us why they try their best to subdue whatever the black man is doing, so that the value of the black man could be reduced. Serena wins the Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Instead of them to
acknowledge and give her the
now they start talking bullshit about her shape,
saying that she looks like a man.
Right, that's why she.
Now, if Serena was one black girl that was useless on the street, nobody would say that she looked like a man.
Right.
They'll just say,
that black
the
woman.
rich white women or white men will be the ones trying to find a way to get to her because they like that curvy shape that comes with blackness.
Well,
am I making sense?
You're making sense.
It's very rich white people. So the black man still have value in the society. What we need to do is that the black man need to sit up and say, if you want to push me this way, hey, stop right there.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making a lot of sense. Stop
it right there.
Making a lot of sense.
I don't have to work for you. I can create my own job. I don't have to do this. I can do this. You don't want me, let me do this. I'll show you I can do it. That's what the black man need to do to maintain our value.
Excellent. Can I come in?
Yes.
Okay, good. LD, you made excellent points. And the topic today is does the black man or the black man, right? Still have value in society? Yes, definitely. We still do. The black race, the black man, but nobody's undermining the capabilities or achievements of the black man. That's not what this is about. Definitely, we know. We have a black president. Come on now, that's the height of achievement for any race.
We have that conversation
in America.
today, but
Yeah, we have that.
Well,
definitely, I know about it. And I know about this and that. And that. Look, the thing is, society, especially here in America, they try, like you just said, they try to. You even mentioned it with the elephant. It's called conditioning. They want to condition you to think you're not as effective or as important to society. And it's worse with the black man, the black race, and the male version of that blackness. You know why? Who is the greatest number of people in jail right now as we speak today? The black man. Is the greatest number of any race in jail.
In America.
In America.
Can I say something?
Okay, so we're not trying to say that black people don't achieve a lot.
No. I'm not counting anything you guys are saying. But the one thing that I'm gonna go to is, I think it's about time that we tried our best to stop mentioning white people when we're talking about our value. I think it's
agree.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
I agree.
I think it's about time. Because I'll say this, right? If we're constantly thinking about how we look in front of them, how can you claim any power to begin with?
Can I say something?
Okay,
Can I say something?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It's it's kind of a weird thing because I'm always trying to be mindful of what they call the white gaze, you know, well, how we're viewed to white people. But first of all, let's just get this out of the way.
Right.
For us as Nigerians, our story is a little bit different than those whose stories end and as far as their lineage is what they know of ends with a white man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I know exactly where I come from. So that's just one little slight difference. And then you were talking about how
Jordan, Michael Jackson, all that.
it's the black man obviously has the most influence worldwide.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that
100%.
at all.
Yes.
I think for me my issue with this whole thing is as black men we need to understand our worth collectively.
Okay.
Understand our worth collectively, individually, and build from that.
Can I come in from there?
Go ahead.
Right? Okay, you see, when we talk about value, we like what you said. We need to look at the value from our own inner
Exactly,
circle within
yeah.
the black race.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I give you an example. We're shooting a movie, right? We're producing a movie. We hire people come to the movie.
Don't mention any names.
Yeah, no, we're not going to mention any names.
Okay.
Right? and we have extras, extra talents.
Correct.
Right? A black woman is more interested in taking pictures with the extras who are white.
Now, a black man from Nigeria.
That's what
black
you're
woman.
saying.
No, okay, let's not just say where the black woman
Right,
is
just
from.
black man.
I think it makes a difference.
Hold on.
It does make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
Well, I
It
mean,
is-
it does.
we're talking
It
about,
does.
we're talking about
Go
the
ahead.
value of black people all over the world. We're not particularly to
Okay,
one person.
then that may
So-
not make a difference then.
Okay, so it's more interested in taking pictures with
With an extra
white extras
Caucasian.
opposed than the black stars
Right.
who were on the
Who were actually making the thing happen.
making the thing happen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Decision makers.
You know, so
Wow.
in that case, there, do we blame the white for devaluating or what is the grammar?
Yeah, the valuation of
value.
the black race.
For devaluing
Okay.
the value of the black people there. Do we blame the white?
I think
man?
this is
No, we
what I was
don't.
trying to touch on. I'm sorry. This is what I was trying to touch on because I didn't really get the chance to articulate it the best way. The thing about it is we know where we come from. So our worth and our pride is different from those of us who don't have that same.
Those of us who stay
Well-
connected to the truth.
Okay, good.
stay connected to the truth, but then some of us weren't taught the
Because
truth.
let him say what he wants to say.
But there's a different narrative though.
Okay. Let me
Okay,
say what he wants to say.
I'm gonna, Pascal, I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit to what LD said before I talk about what you said. Because you said something like, we don't need to devalue ourselves. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you need to value yourself and
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
looking
Okay,
at
good.
somebody else's perspective.
Excellent. You know why they teach history of slavery today, even still today, which the other race is trying to abolish. Because if you don't know your past, you don't know how to approach the future. That's why we cannot stop talking about what's going on. You can talk about it, but don't let it influence you to the point that you cannot excel above
Exactly.
that. So that's
Exactly.
you have to know what's going
Exactly.
on in order to affect change in a proper way.
Exactly.
That's
Because
the only reason why we have to
I'm gonna
be
say something. I'm
concerned
not very
about it.
knowledgeable on it.
No, I'm not saying you should let it, demoralize your
Yeah.
mentality, the way you think, the way you operate. No.
Yeah.
But you still have to know and acknowledge what's going on.
Yeah.
That's going to help you move
Absolutely.
forward.
Because let me put it to you like this.
Okay.
If I'm a college graduate as a black kid,
Mm-hmm.
right, and I'm looking for an employer, I should be able to look for a black employer that can pay me and respect the value that I bring to
True.
his or her company.
True.
I cannot keep
True.
waiting for somebody outside of the black race and keep blaming people. I understand
True.
the history, it does not work in our
That's
favor.
victimization. That's
But
wrong.
Here's the thing
But
about
we can do that.
sacrifice. Here's the thing about
Yeah.
sacrifice. If I know tomorrow, right, me sacrificing, starting a mechanic shop and being dead broke for the next black kid to be rich, as a black person, I need to do that.
Right.
Because there are
Right. I agree
Asians,
with you.
right?
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
Asians who will be dead broke and start a donut shop so that their son never pays rent when he goes to school.
Right.
They did not enjoy the luxury of driving a Mercedes so that their sons will do that. Their daughters will do that.
Can I
And
I want to pick up what
hold
you're
up,
saying.
hold up. Let's stay on topic. The topic is black males.
Yeah.
The
value of black
value
males.
of a black man.
Right.
To me, it starts with, there's certain things that we've mentioned, right? I'm not gonna bring the sisters into this.
But we have not
You said-
mentioned. But we've not mentioned the origin.
Hold up, yeah,
That's-
hold up,
that's-
hold up,
that's
hold
why I
up.
have to mention
Hold
that
up,
part.
hold
That's
up.
why I
I
have to
said I was
mention
gonna
that
come
part.
back to something you said. We know our value, we know our value because of Nigeria. We come from. The fact of the matter is, if we go back to the villages and we connect with the wise ones and the elders from the village, they instill the real value. it's not about things.
Yeah.
It's about respect.
Yeah.
As we've grown, as Africans, as Nigerians, we start valuing stupid things like Mercedes.
They're trying to assimilate.
And we start bragging about the outside.
Exactly.
That, to me, is the problem with blacks worldwide.
Okay, let me come in now. Audi,
Okay.
now you have gone to where I want us to go. Because they say charity begins at home.
Exactly.
So if we want to talk about value, let us start it from home.
Exactly.
From family. The black man, if any value is lost, did he lose the value at home by not taking care of his business, taking care of his children, having kids and running away from taking care of the kids, marrying women and not wanting to do what you're supposed to do, that you want the woman to go and work and take care of you? Do you understand what I'm saying? Not doing that is when in the days of our great-grandfathers, the women looked up to the men for protection. The women looked up to the men for guidance. The women looked up to the men for advice.
Yes.
But then that became bush.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? But now, so when this topic came up, I thought we were going to start from there. But we now have to, first of all, see, does the black man still have value in the family?
Can I ask a question?
And home. Before we now explore, now we now travel outside to the society.
Okay.
Am I making
No,
sense?
I got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the topic?
The topic is, does a black man still have value?
in the society?
Okay, so we started off by
Yeah,
saying.
and we're kind of direct.
No,
we went digressing from the.
I just want to come back
Tie it up, okay?
because I don't think we went off that much because we wanted to talk about value. The operative word here is the value. So we started saying, where was the value being placed at, and whose value are we talking about? We're talking about our own value, we're talking about the value that somebody else is looking at us from the outside in.
Yeah, I want to talk about the value from us.
From our own
inside,
value,
from
right?
home,
I think,
and then we'll go out.
I think it begins, if we're going to go back to the origin, it's that self-love for ourselves. Because whether it's in America, whether it's in France, whether it's in Nigeria, or anywhere in Africa, if you don't love yourself, if you don't have value in yourself, forget about it.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question on that? You see, now if you go to the social media or you go to talk to some young women nowadays, some say, I don't need a man. I don't need a man for this, I don't need a man for that, I don't need a man at home, I don't need to get married to no motherfucker. They will say that. So what I'm asking the question is, at what point did the black man lose their value to the point
Can I answer that?
where these girls now
Can I answer that?
Y'all go after.
Can I answer that?
You understand where I'm coming from?
The point that happened is when black men started believing value was in other things. If a man is this, let me say this. No matter what race a man is, if men are going to be honest about what we need in life to survive, it is shelter and food.
Period.
That's it.
That's it.
And the ability to be free.
That's it.
Then they started putting value in other things.
Other things, yeah.
And we started believing that that's what value is. When somebody tells you you have one body, but in order to be a great man, you need a house with 9 rooms.
Yeah.
And there's just one of you. And you actually believe that's what gives you value.
Okay, can I come in? Just to add to what you just said, I also think the respect or the value started going down from when black men, I want to say black men because we are blacks, okay? And that's, the topic's even. Black men started not playing their role as the head of household and as a head of society back when, and that was kind of the thing that started with all those women.
Can I ask a question?
Female women revolution. You see, by having kids and not being responsible, by not bringing home the cheese that we were supposed to bring, and now the value started going down in society. I think
please
that's
ask me a question. Please, I have a
It's
question.
about the same question.
I'm sorry.
It's about the
Let
same
me ask you this question.
Let me answer.
Why?
Don't answer.
Why do you think black men stopped playing the role of father?
Well, exactly. They were pointing hands at the other. Somebody
Not
else
just
by
that.
themselves.
Not just that. They were being engaged on things that were not valuable to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were being engaged. So let me just ask this question.
No, hold on. I don't want to.
I know. Like the truth of the matter is, if I talk to my grandfather, right, and I talked to him about what was valuable to him, it was family. It was being able to wake up in the morning free, no boss. You garden, you do your own farming, you have your own cattle, you can provide for your family food. Then a car came, and then that's what you had to get to be a man. Then these things started stacking up, and black men started believing that is what makes you a man. then they had to meet that expectation by going out and providing a way that they did not know how to provide, right? From that point, they had to run away from that reality because that was not real.
It's called keeping up with the Benjamins.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's why most people ran away.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
For me, the black men started losing its value when they got lazy. A lot of people are lazy. A lot of black men nowadays are lazy. Before, let's go back to Nigeria. Let's go back to.
I like the way we're tying this up with North America and Nigeria.
Let's go back to Nigeria. My grandfather didn't have no television that he would sit in front of TV from morning to night.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just
Just on the record, I don't have any TV either.
Okay. My grandfather didn't have to worry about his internet is working or his internet was not working.
That I can't do that.
Right? Right? So my grandfather didn't have to worry about flying from London to this, to that.
True.
All my grandfather worried about was how to take care of his children and his family.
Thank you very much.
So my grandma saw a man who married her, who was responsible,
Thank you.
all do the farming,
Right.
do all stuff, and take care of the family. So from waking up to going to sleep, all my grandfather was thinking about was his family. But now it is no longer that.
There are people who care more about sports.
Can I ask a question? I have a lot of questions. I have a question for you.
Can I finish? Right?
Please, I have a question.
Okay, can I finish?
Go ahead,
Yes.
go ahead.
Now, you come into a society of today where the man is worried about hanging out with his friends at the bar to watch NBA.
Wow.
And the man is worried about hanging out with his friend at the bar.
And that's a real thing.
NFL, whereas the woman is the one at work, at the driver's license place, or at the hospital.
Embarrassing.
Or at the school.
Wow.
And
Embarrassing.
then you finish watching your game, and you come back and you expect this woman to
feed you,
still
make
have
your food.
value for you
And make your food.
and
And wash the
still
dishes
respect
after
you.
you. Wow.
Yeah. When this woman now start insulting you, the white neighbor will hear this woman insulting you, and then the white neighbor will know that you're useless. So when you go out there and the white man start insulting you and that you don't have no value, who do you blame?
Wow.
I don't even like. I'm sorry. Maybe this is. I don't like bringing up any other race than black
I feel you.
because I
No,
cannot.
but you know what? I said I have to bring this up.
I know why. Hold up. Let me
You know why I have to
say
bring
this.
it
Let me
up.
say this is the reason why.
Uh-huh.
We cannot be that stupid not to know how to solve our own problems.
Okay, but
You can't keep giving other people problems. We cannot be that dumb.
LD, hold on, let me answer LD. LD, the world has become a global village. In the sense that you can leave Nigeria today, right? Get to America in the next 11 hours.
Right.
No non-stop flight to Europe,
Right.
right? Then you can leave America right now, get to Australia in the next 14 hours. So, as technology evolves, so that's the same way human race is evolving.
Can I also
Before you see a white man in my village, it's like once in every 5 years. But if you go to my village now, there are some people from my village that are married to white women.
Okay.
So you cannot separate them from your story.
True.
Am I making sense?
No, but I was going to say something before.
Hold on, okay, I'm the moderator. Oh yeah, go ahead, because you've been waiting for a long time.
This is all I was gonna say. I just want to say something real quick. I just want to piggyback on what Adi was saying. It's about time.
I mean, come on.
Hold on.
It's about time for us as black men. I'm not even gonna talk about women right now. As black men to stand up, rise up, and do what we. I feel them so much on. Why are we always going back to what somebody else is looking at us?
I understand the.
I get it.
Hold on.
I get it. But we need to do for ourselves.
Mr. Moderator, now.
For once.
Okay, let it go.
My God.
Okay, go.
You know why we cannot be quiet, or why we should be concerned about what the other race is doing?
We're gonna eliminate their existence.
Exactly. We cannot eliminate it. I'm not saying.
Are they gonna help us build?
Hold on.
Let him finish.
We cannot not be worried. You know why? Classic Man said something. He said, you know, this man, I know everyone knows Classic Man, you know how he dresses, how sharp this man dresses. He said, clothes that you wear, appearance means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That because of the way he dresses, he's had some passes which, if he wasn't sharply dressed, you know, he would not get those passes.
That's already now.
Hold on. Do you know now? Let's bring it down. Do you know now? If you nicely sharply dressed, and you're a Caucasian guy, nicely sharply dressed, and you guys went into a store and a crime happens, who is going to be pointed finger at first?
Of course. Yeah.
Why?
Because
That's why you should be worried about what the other race is doing.
No,
because in this
no.
day and age, it still
listen,
matters.
I understand, but hold up.
You go ahead.
That cannot be the foundation.
It's not the foundation. But you should
Yeah, let him talk.
Okay. I understand that happens, yes. But it still cannot be the foundation of your building. Let me ask you this question. If you went to church, right? Because we're assuming in this scenario, we're putting them as the villain. If you went to church,
No, we're not putting them
hold on,
as the villain.
as the villain.
Okay,
That's not my
hold on.
That's
Hold on.
Okay,
Okay, cool. If you went to church and the pastor was given a sermon, he was preaching, out of 100 things, he was telling you how bad. Out of 100 things, 80% of the time he was telling you how bad the devil is. After a while, the audience would be like, yo, when are we going to talk about God? If I'm listening to the gospel and you spend 80% of your time telling me how bad the devil is, when are you going to tell me about God? So, if we're going to talk about 100% of black men, when are we going to start talking about black men? Without mentioning that.
Can I say something?
Okay, let me answer that question. We live in a society. The society, human race, right? Can you define human race? The human race.
Everybody.
Everyone.
The human race is the
Black,
entirety,
white,
the collection of
green,
black,
yellow,
white, green,
orange.
right? So if we live in that, if that's what we live in, so at every point in time when we talk about the advancement of humanity, the advancement of human race, the value of one another, like I said before, the value system we should start fixing from family first. That's what I said. Charity begins at home. But when we fix the value system from home, then it can transfer to outside. Do you understand what I'm saying? But when the home is broken, how do you expect the outside to be fixed?
Now,
Am I
get what you're
making sense? So that's what I'm saying. Let's assume, okay, I live in North Hollywood, right? I'm the only black guy that live in my building, right?
Correct.
Now, if every time you guys come into my building, we're outside making noise, we're outside smoking weed, they don't see that you guys are professional coming, do you think they will have respect for me?
Not really.
But you guys come to my place, right? And you see how they respect you guys, right? Because the people that I allow to come are black people like me who are responsible, right? Who are reasonable, who knows how to respect themselves. So you have to respect yourself before someone else will.
and that has nothing to do with race too.
Can I say something? Can I say something? That is only relevant because the gatekeepers don't look like me and you. The only reason why we care about those kinds of things is because the people who have the resources to do what we need to do to advance ourselves aren't doing what they need to do to advance us. Period.
Yes and no.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes and no.
Can I ask you a question? Did you need them to tell you to respect yourself for you to respect yourself?
No.
Okay, in that case, that's what I'm telling you. Since you know that you don't need them to tell you to respect yourself, that is somewhere that we know we need to go and build the value system in our. Can I finish?
Yes.
Build the value system from home, because you can never change the argument that charity begins at home.
Now let me say this. Let me say. I
So
agree.
if we're talking about, like when I ask the question, do the black men still have value in the society? I think the question should have even been said this way: do we still have value at home?
Can I ask this question?
Am I making sense?
I'm going to say two things.
Am I making sense?
I'm going to say two things.
Because that's where you start.
I'm going to say two things.
disagreeing with
I'm going to
that.
say two things, right? Number one, the value of the 4 black men here, right? Before we got together and said, this is what we need to do. The guy behind the camera is black. The lady right there, black, right? We didn't consult anybody. We said, we're going to sacrifice these things. We're going to put this project together as black men. They need to consult anybody. That's one.
Well, she doesn't look black.
But I don't remember insisting that because we're black men, that's why we're
No, it's not that.
put together. But why didn't you even think about race?
Familiarity, we're familiar.
about race.
We relate,
Okay.
of course, not. But the truth of the matter is, we didn't consult anybody
We just
for
happened
us
to
to be
be black.
responsible
Right.
to create something, right? That's number one. Number two, this is gonna annoy a lot of people. But until it is agreed that the head of household is the man, it's not going to change.
The value
Well,
of the man.
well,
The
yeah,
value,
well,
the head of the household,
I think
has nothing to do with money.
I think you just opened another can of worms.
Okay,
So that's
okay,
Do you agree with that?
Babayo,
As soon as they said,
do you agree? I agree, but can I answer that question for
yes,
Wow.
you don't go out and demand for respect.
of
You
course,
have to earn that
of course.
respect.
And
Wow,
that's
that's
kind
of course.
That's
Let
my
me-
issue.
of
with
course.
what you're saying.
So
Of course.
I hear what you're saying, but that's my issue with what you're
Let
saying.
me ask this question. It goes back to what I said. It goes back to what I said. What makes, let's be realistic. Let's be real about this. We live in Los Angeles, right? When beautiful ladies get older, they realize what value really is in a man, right? Let's be candid. You and I went to high school together. We were both nerds. We went to high school at the same time.
You still are.
We didn't, right? We still are. We didn't have Jordans, right? We didn't have anything. All we had was smarts in class, right? We didn't have anything that people saw as valuable. Let's be honest. What is a man valued by in this society
Today.
Is it today or then?
today?
Today, okay.
Well,
okay.
let's be honest.
You want me
Let's be honest.
You
No,
want
no,
me to
no,
be
no.
honest?
Yes.
Okay, you are valued
One
by
answer.
you are valued by the type of car you drive.
Okay.
You are valued by the kind of women.
Okay.
That-
Now let me ask this question.
Substance. Woman,
Substance,
yeah,
okay.
Materialistic things.
Materialistic
There you
things.
go.
Materialistic.
And you guys just said that the gatekeepers don't even give us access to get those things. So how the heck, if that is what you're valued by, how can you keep up if the gatekeepers
Okay,
are not even letting you get in?
Of course, that's my point.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Let me answer the
So the man still needs to be devalued as he needs to be
Okay.
valued as the head of household, and it cannot be money because when it is money and we're not able to get money, people start running away.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Hold on, okay,
Before we digress
Okay.
and go to another.
Yes. Thank you.
Why are you dapping me though?
Okay, alright.
No, before
Okay,
we
alright,
digress
alright,
and
go
go
ahead.
too far off to the left.
Okay.
LD,
Yes.
definitely. What you open a big can of worms, which I don't know if you guys realize that.
Okay.
You're saying the man should be the head of household.
Yes.
But head of household
It's not by mouth.
is exactly.
Of course, it's not by mouth, but it's not by money either.
It's not.
not
It's
by
not.
money.
It's
No.
not. It shouldn't even be because you're a man.
No, it's
No.
It shouldn't be because you're a man.
Of course not.
A man species.
No,
No,
of course
it
not.
shouldn't be.
But of course
it should
not.
be because of your responsibility.
Of course.
And your ability
Absolutely.
to play that role. To be responsible.
Okay, I'll
Absolutely.
put it this way: your ability to handle business.
To deliver.
Of course.
There's a saying that says, if you want to be the boss, you got to pay the price.
Of
to be the
course.
boss.
Pay the cost to be the
Of
You
boss.
have to pay the cost to be the boss. So you don't come in home
And demand it.
hold on.
Because you're a man.
Yeah, you don't
Because
come
you
in.
have testicles.
You don't come
Of
into
course.
home.
No.
Hold on.
No.
But the guy said something. You don't come in. I know it's not about money, but you don't come in a home where the woman cleans the house. The woman takes the children
Most
to
times, the
school.
woman even makes more
Hold
money
on,
than
hold on.
financial.
Hold on. The woman takes
the cheese.
children to school, right? The woman go out there to work. The woman does the cooking. The woman do everything, and all you do is hang out and watch NFL games with yourself. Hold on, let me finish.
That's
Let
not
me
even the
finish.
man you're describing.
Oh, okay, no, hold on. That's
You're not describing the man though.
I'm coming. You hang out NFL, watch NFL,
Boy.
watch NBA games,
Boy.
go smoke weed with
Boy.
your friends, and then you come back. Hold on. When you come back, you say you're the man. Hell no, you're not gonna
Boy.
be the man. You're not gonna have
Boy.
money.
No,
Absolutely agree.
I think we're getting.
I can't
disagree with it.
Absolutely. I said,
So how do you
man.
True.
A man, before a man talks about his money, his earnings, number one thing is wisdom. A man is wise.
True.
A man is able to say, hey, listen, I know what our goals are. These are the steps we need to take. This is what we need to be cautious about. That's a man.
Okay, let me ask you a
If you
question.
value that, if you understand that that's the first value, he's always going to be rich because he's always going to be wise.
Okay,
Can I say one thing?
Okay,
One more
okay.
thing.
Ask
One. This is why I don't like the fact that we have to go back to what other races look at, how other races look at us, but because we're going to look at American history and you're going to look at how things have happened. That's why I feel like you do need to know these things because it's important to understand why we're in this situation. That's the reason why I brought that up in the first place.
Of course.
But like you're saying, that was my issue. So what do we, first of all, I mean, I don't want to digress too much, but what is a man, first of all? Because I think sometimes, as time has progressed, this could be a whole other topic,
Man is anybody that can give woman belly.
It sounds like a joke.
No, it's not like a joke.
That's one of the qualities.
It's been lately.
But what is a man in 2015?
A man in 2015 is that man that can handle business at home.
Right.
You,
To be quite honest,
I want to move that we should go to conclusion. What do you guys think?
I don't know if we this is gonna be another topic we're gonna have to revisit.
We have to do a part 2 of this.
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
you know the mistake we made.
What?
We should have separated.
Yeah, it was a little.
The value
Bro, but I
of the
think-
man at home and the value of the man in
Society,
society.
because that's
This
two-
should have been two separate topics.
But I love it so far.
we are mixing it,
Right.
and that's why it looks like it's gonna take
They're
forever.
intertwined, so it's really hard to separate them. That's a problem.
Right? You know, so,
Yeah.
but on that note, you know what? Let's take long conclusions, you start.
Long conclusion. I don't know if I want to do a long conclusion,
Okay,
but
very
thanks
good.
for letting me lead the conclusion. Well, definitely. What's our topic again? The value.
Does the man still have value?
Black man.
Does the black man still have value in society? I think the black man has the greatest potential out of any race when it comes to sport, when it comes to technical abilities. The black man is a very, very gifted individual. Okay, definitely society tries to paint the black man as evil. You know, just your physical presence alone is threatening to every other race. Okay, because of the effect and the value that God has instilled in us as black men. I think the black man has lost his place in society because of a lot of things that we have touched on, the reason they digress from their roles. But I still think we should get back to the core value of who we are, and definitely we are very, very effective in society and we're relevant today. That's my conclusion.
Are you gonna bleep this out?
No, you
No. The beginning of what's his name, Kendrick Lamar's album starts off by saying, "Every nigga is a star," and I think starting off that album that way and making that point is to understand that all of us, like he said, have the potential to do whatever we want to do. Now, to the topic, the value of a black man, like I said before, the love for yourself, the respect for yourself. What does it mean to be a man? That's why I ask those questions, because we need to define for ourselves what is a man. Like LD was saying, we continue to look at the world and look at other references and other cultures, and to define us, or other people to define us as far as what
And
we
other things.
and other things and material possessions to define us. And I don't want to veer off too much away from the black man, but when you start to talk about things and material possessions, you start to talk about cars and money, and that's what a man is comprised of. Then
Who said a man is comprised?
price of those things. That's now when you think about marrying somebody or settling down. That's a whole other topic, but you have to have a lot of these things. You have to have money for sure, and you don't have a voice unless you got the money, because money is synonymous with power. In this society, at least, because in this capitalist society,
That's equivalent to going out and hunting and bringing back.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But like Pascal was saying, like LD was saying, like you were saying, what is a man and what do we value as a man? The wisdom? Is it the wisdom of what he knows? Is it his know-how, his hunger to go out and support his family? I'm not saying that we're being victimized, because like we've already discussed, a lot of us are not taking responsibility like we should. Why we don't take responsibility? There could be a million reasons why not.
Can I give you the foundation of it? Sorry to cut you off.
Mhm.
It is because it looks like, from the perspective of somebody that's always been told you cannot climb the mountain, that mountain looks too high to climb. It really does. Because if you start looking at what you don't have as a black man, and you look at what you can get,
Yeah.
that mountain is impossible
Condition.
Yeah.
to climb.
Okay. Speak.
I'm done, by the way. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm cool.
No.
I'm cool.
We go.
No, go. I'm the moderator.
Here's what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to say this from an African perspective. African men in Africa, right, reconnect to the true value of what is valuable. Stop looking at America and trying to get what America has. Stop looking at things. It doesn't make sense for you to have oil, not know how to dig your own oil, call them to come dig your oil, and then buy their cars after you bought the gas that they bought from your own oil.
Buy the oil back.
It doesn't make sense. Understand true value.
Even getting
That's number one.
Don't get mad here.
Black men in America, one thing I've got to say is we need to stop glorifying immaturity.
Oh.
That's one thing.
Okay,
Jordan.
Can you say that again?
Stop glorifying immaturity. The amount of girls you can get.
Yeah.
The shoes,
How
the
many,
cars.
How many bottles you can
Because
pop
when you
in
look
a
at your, when you look at the real people who have a say in this society, the people who have a say in this society, that is not what they glorify. You hardly hear their voice. You hardly see them anywhere. So, my black brothers, first and foremost, it is us. We're the only ones that can change anything about us. Stop glorifying immaturity. To my sisters, please.
We're not talking about sisters today.
No, we're not talking about sisters, but if you see a valuable man, a man
With
Just
potential.
taking care of
with
business.
potential,
Like
right?
you and us.
Like us,
Like
downs
us.
to that.
Like
Alright,
us.
man.
Like us.
Have you
Give
finished?
us our respect.
Understand the true value. But my brothers, again, no glorification of immaturity, and that's where I can stop right
This
now.
boy is
Yeah.
talking past all.
For real.
For my own conclusion, right? I'm gonna start from what he said. It is time for black people, black men all over the world to stop glorifying ignorance.
Yes.
And you call it immaturity, I call it ignorance.
Both.
You see a black man that have 2 kids, have not paid his child support in 4 years. You see him in a club popping bottles,
Champagne.
Wow.
popping champagne.
Champagne.
And each bottle of champagne is $150 or $200, right?
Right. Minimum.
In the cheap areas.
Right.
If you go to New York, LA, downtown clubs, it's $400.
Right.
You see this nigger, I'm gonna use that word,
N-word. Wow.
N-word, popping 4 bottles with some stupid ass girls who, because the reasonable girls will find out your value, your hardcore value.
Of course.
They come pop bottle with you.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It's
but-
true.
You gotta find out, do all that research in the
yeah.
club.
Nah, they can- the smart girls can tell.
Smart girls can tell.
Oh,
Smart
trust
girls
they can tell.
Okay.
Now, and then you have popping bottles 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is what? 16, $1,600. But you've not paid their child support in 4 months, right? You're popping bottle.
Wow.
And the society is that glorifying you. You're not only losing your value in the eyes of the woman that get back to the children, you're losing your value in the eyes of your children. Now, if your children go to school and they say, "Hi, is your daddy?" I ain't seen my daddy in 2-3 years. Right there, when they see you, have you not lost value in the society? Who sees you, black or white?
One thing that I do want to say, not to cut you off, let's not tag this baby daddy thing as a black thing, because
No.
I promise you, it's just marketed that way.
But today we're talking about
It's all
we're
racist.
talking about,
Yeah.
we're talking about our people
Yeah.
Right.
and how the black man lost his value.
Yeah.
And does he still have value in the society? Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a black man out there and you have a bachelor's degree or master's degree and there's no job in your field, try another field. Just because you have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree doesn't mean that you can't do what the outside when they do the construction. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Doesn't mean you can't even work at Starbucks.
Doesn't mean you can't even work at
Yeah,
Starbucks.
you
While
know,
you're
be-
working at Starbucks, you might meet that person
Right,
that will
take
now
it to the
use your
next level.
degree
There you go.
and give you that job that you desire, right? So that you can reclaim your value.
Wow.
Another thing that I want the black man, I want to remind the black man is this: you don't go hear that once you go black, you know
You
that
never go
saying,
back.
you never go
We
back.
have to do a part 2 about this.
Okay,
There's much more to say.
okay. So when you go
Yeah.
black, you never go back. When you hear that statement comes with a lot of power. So that power we need to reclaim, and if you can reclaim that power, we're gonna have value in the society.
APT.
And let's just give a shout out to the kings that are kings.
Yeah.
Doing good. Actually doing it.
Yeah.